What is up, YouTube? This is Team Doughboys12 coming at you with another video tonight. I'm gonna do a Yu-Gi-Oh video. This is on my Draw of Fate deck. It's some people call it kind of like a trolley deck, but surprisingly, it is actually good against our current meta in Yu-Gi-Oh at the moment. But Draw of Fate, I'll get more to it when I get to that. But it's pretty much an exodia deck. It utilizes the exodia win condition, where you control all 5 pieces and you win the game. So first off, you want to run your 5 pieces of exodia. The forbidden one, when you have all 5 pieces in your hand, you win the game. Other monsters that we have in the deck, we run 2 Cardies. This monster is what it is. It's you normal summon it during the main phase, and during the main phase, you can activate its ability to sacrifice itself, and you get to draw 2 cards from the top of your deck. But it automatically ends your turn afterwards, so it's just another way of getting the potential cards that you need. For defensive purposes, where we don't run Mystic Mine, we don't run the field spell Mystic Mine in this deck. Instead, we run other ways of defending ourselves, or we try to win the game before our opponents can kill us. 2 Swift Scarecrow. You discard it from your hand when they try to declare it a direct attack, and it ends the battle phase. And then the last monster, of course, 3 Battle Faders. Same thing as Swift Scarecrow, but it summons itself in face-up defense position. It negates the attack and ends the battle phase, and then when it's destroyed, when it's on the battlefield, it's banished instead of sent to the graveyard. Those are the monsters, as I said. Next is the spells, which is the heart and soul of the deck. Draw of Fate. We run 3 of them. What this card does is that as long as your opponent has more life points than you, and they control the highest attacking monster on the field, this card can be activated. You cannot set cards after you activate this card, and after you activate this card, you can only activate 1 more card effect for the turn. But the main effect of Draw of Fate is that you get to search for any 3 cards in your deck and shuffle them randomly at the top of your deck. So it's pretty much an easy way of getting your Exodia cards to win the game. So they made this card, they made Exodia stupid. Pretty much like really easy win condition. They made the win condition even easier. 3-pot of Duality. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Choose 1. Shuffle the rest into your deck. And then that's it. And then of course you can only activate 1 a turn. And then the last 2 spells we run are the 1 Day of Peace and the Upstart Goblin. What Upstart Goblin does is you draw a card and your opponent gains 1,000, and then 1 Day of Peace, it makes it that both players draw a card, but neither player can take battle damage until the end of next turn. So that's all the spell cards we run, as you can see. And then the final thing we run is a lot of traps. For our draw traps, because this deck just wants to draw cards, because that's pretty much we want to get to our win strategy as fast as possible to win the game before our opponent can kill us. So we run 3 Reckless Greed. It's a normal trap. You activate it, you draw 2 cards, but you have to skip your next 2 draw phases. It doesn't stack, so if I play 2 of these, I don't skip my next 4 draw phases. It doesn't stack, and I only skip my next 2 draw phases. 3 Jar of Greed. You activate it, you draw 1 card. Same way with Legacy of Yatagarasu. You draw 1 card. And then another draw card, which is our final draw card in the deck. Good Goblin Housekeeping. This card is actually a really cool trap card. What it does is that when it's activated, you draw 1 card plus an additional card for every Good Goblin Housekeeping in your graveyard. Also, when you play this card, you have to shuffle one of your cards at the bottom. You have to put one of your cards from your hand at the bottom of your deck. So in other words, the first one you play is going to draw you a card, and then you have to return a card from your hand to the bottom of the deck. Now that there's 1 in your graveyard, the second one you play allows you to draw 2 cards. And then finally, the third one will allow you to draw 3 cards where there's 2 in the graveyard. So it just allows you to draw way more cards as you get more into the graveyard. The last of our traps, Double Trap Trick. This is a normal trap card that what it does is you can banish a normal trap from your graveyard from the game to set the exact same trap face down, to set it face down, but you also can activate it that turn. And when you play this, you can only activate one other trap after you activate Trap Trick. So, if you have a Reckless Greed in the graveyard, you can play Trap Trick, banish it, automatically set the Reckless Greed, and you can automatically play that setted Reckless Greed off this effect. So it's a really good card. 3 Solomon Judgments. Pretty much, it's a quick play. Pay half your life points to negate any monster summon, spell, or trap card that your opponent would activate. In other words, it can negate any spell or trap card or negate the summon of a monster. Also, you have to pay half your life points, so it automatically activates your Draw a Fate. So it's our 1 negation in our deck that we use to get our Draw a Fate automatically activated. The final trap we run is Threatening Roar, of course, which is you activate it, your opponent cannot declare their battle phase that turn. Other than that, everybody, this is the Draw a Fate deck. It's based around the spell card Draw a Fate, and it uses the Exodia engine as its win condition. People say it's a troll. Like again, it is kind of a trolly deck. But the build that I'm building is pretty much the most competitive version you could run in competitive tournaments. If you wanted to go a little bit more competitive, you could run the field spell Mystic Mine and Demise the Land and Terraforming and all that stuff. You could run the Demise the Land Mystic Mine package to give a little bit more consistency and a little bit more competitivity. But this version of the deck that I'm running currently right now is really competitive. I've beaten a lot of competitive decks and a lot of meta decks with this build. Once you get the Draw of Fate activated and they have no way to negate it, it's pretty much GG. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned because on Friday, I will be having another Shout Out Friday, pretty much Shout Out Friday, where I'll be shouting out more channels. So check that out. And to all of you that have been shouted out, I wish you more luck. And everybody on the channel, please check them out. Other than that, guys, you guys have a great night. Stay cool. Duel on. Peace.